What if I told you that retirement was more than just not having a boss, not setting your alarm clock, not having a schedule? Well, I've learned over the past couple of months that there's much more to retirement than those things. But how do you figure it all out and keep your retirement dreams alive? And how do you dream again after you retire when your dreams change? Let's talk about it. When I retired 2 years ago, I was retiring from something. I don't know that I really even had retirement dreams, things that I was looking forward to, as much as I was wanting to look away from what I was currently doing. I love the people and the teachers and the family and the kids. I just didn't like the work that I was doing, and it was just time. And if I didn't retire or hypothetically quit, nothing in my life was ever going to change. Therefore, I retired from the job that I had. But a lot of you have talked about what you retired to, and a lot of the comments are about what people are retiring to, their hopes and dreams of what retirement is going to look like. And I never really did that. Well, I'm going to talk to you about my retirement dreams now, what I'm looking forward to, saving the best for last. I'm not saying that these things are all going to come to pass, but at least I can dream about it. One of the best ways that I have come to discover my hopes and dreams for retirement is writing. I've always loved to write. As you know, I've written a book. I used to have a pretty successful principal blog, and now I just like to write and I like to journal. I've actually created a blank retirement journal, digital journal for you guys, and if you go down into the description, there's a link in the description for a complimentary notebook that you would download to your iPad. I haven't figured out how to create an actual notebook in your hands without it costing you a whole lot of money. But anyway, I have promoted my digital principal planner that I have on my website a lot, and I think some of you have actually even bought that, which is fine. It works even if you're not a principal. But I've also been working on a 365-day retirement journal with prompts and questions to be thinking about during your retirement that weren't available to me and that I didn't think about before I retired. If you go down into the comments, there's a link to a retirement planning journal. And again, it's just a blank journal that in case you've never digital planned or had a digital journal before, you can try one for free before I release my retirement dreams journal. It's Chiefs games day, and we do have a plan today to eat. I think we're having jambalaya, which wasn't planned, but my brother was a huge Cajun fan, and today's his birthday. He's no longer with us, but I feel like we're celebrating his birthday by having jambalaya, and then I'm gonna go to Hy-Vee and get a cookie cake. Sam's no longer has cookie cakes. Therefore, I'm gonna have to drive all the way over to Hy-Vee. They have really good ones. I don't know if they'll have a small one for today, but it can kind of be a mini celebration for my younger brother. I wanted to talk a little bit about how I've developed some of my new retirement dreams and maybe help you develop some of yours. I think that the overall retirement dream is not to have the boss or work for the man, to be on your own. Yet I think we overlook a lot of the things of not having a boss and not working for the man. What are you going to do? And did you save enough money to do all of the things that you have dreamed about? Fortunately for me, I hadn't made big dreams. I just knew that I wasn't going to do what I was doing. I also think I was probably going to have another job. I just didn't know what that was going to be. And I was stressing myself out, looking for a job, trying to find things to do, and I wasn't really dreaming about the years to come. Some of you have commented that you enjoy being at home, and I didn't think I ever would enjoy being here. And I posted in my last video how much I have enjoyed being literally at my house over the last couple of months, more than I ever thought that I would. So that wasn't necessarily a dream, but now it's kind of a dream maybe to fix up my home or make my house more of a home to me. I narrowed it down to 7. I have 7 retirement dreams, and whether these things happen or not, I'll never know until it happens, and hopefully they'll happen and I can show you here on YouTube these events as they're going on. But I used to not dream. I didn't dream because I just didn't think, why waste my mental energy on something that I know will never happen. But I think that that's part of life, and just talking about with people. Like I said, some of these things just aren't going to happen, or they're not going to happen right now, or I don't see how they could ever become possible. But I'm going to give my ultimate retirement dream at the end. But my first one is tropical vacations once a year or every other year, like an all-inclusive resort. I've never been in an all-inclusive resort vacation where you just pay like the fee of $3,000 to $5,000 and you have 3 to 5 days in a resort. I would love to be able to do that. My daughter's even done that. That was her graduation trip from her dad. So I would love to have a tropical vacation. And even if I go back to the same one all the time, I think that would be fine. Number 2, in the future, I want to be able to host holiday dinners for my kids and their families. Over the course of the last 18 years since I've had kids, we traveled the first, I think, 9 years for holidays. We either traveled to my ex-husband's families or to my families, or maybe we went to the fire station whenever my kids were younger. I would like to be able to stay here. Now my kids love going to my mom's for Thanksgiving. Now Christmas we always stay here, but hypothetically I would love to be able to host family dinners with my daughters and their husbands and grandkids and have a big feast for holiday dinners. They really want to still go to my mom's right now, so I don't think I could host that as it is, but that's another dream. Okay, my third dream is sporting events, and I've done some of these. I have not been to a Kansas City Chiefs game. That's on my bucket list or my retirement dream list. I've had some opportunities and it just hasn't worked out, but I love the Chiefs and I'd love to go to Arrowhead. They play the Raiders today at Las Vegas, and I wish it was at Arrowhead, not because I could go, but just the environment at Arrowhead for Raiders games is crazy, and I just love that. But I'd love to go to a Chiefs game. I have been to NASCAR in Kansas City, I think 4 times I've been to that. I'd love to go to other NASCAR events or the dirt track in my hometown. I would love to do that too. Number 4, I think, is day trips or weekend trips. And obviously I can do that now. I just haven't decided where I want to go. I think maybe Eureka Springs or Bentonville, somewhere close. Kansas City and St. Louis, I have been a lot over the years to teachers conferences and principal conferences, but maybe just day trips to fun places. That would be kind of in the middle of my dream category. And then I want to move out of this house. That's my dream. That's not my kids' dream. I've been kind of preparing them for this, whether it's a house like this, only newer with less upkeep, or a condo, or, and I'll tell you another one here in just a second, but my dream is to start over and have a newer home or somewhere else. Somebody in the comments asked me why, and I think for me, it's just to have a new beginning. I have lived in this house for 21 years, I think, and this is the house I got when I was married. And when my kids are gone, I want to still have a home for them to come home to. My youngest is like, I don't want my grandkids coming home to your geriatric retirement community that you live in or whatever. And I just don't think she understands what it would be like, but I understand that she wants a place for her kids to go to, just like they had a place to go for my parents whenever they were young. On that same topic, my next dream is to have a like a barn dominium and maybe some land. I don't think I could do that on my own. I wouldn't even know where to start, but I can dream about it, and I can use Pinterest to pin ideas about what it would look like, and Facebook. I've been on Facebook and looked at pictures of barn dominiums or whatever, but they're so just open plan, open kitchen, living room. I would have bedrooms on the master bedroom on one side and all the other bedrooms on the other side. But I think a barn dominium would be amazing. And then my very last, but my biggest dream, and I think that this is a dream that would have to happen sooner than later, because physically, how long could I do this on my own? But my biggest dream in retirement is I want a boat. Not a big boat, just a boat for me and to be able to take my kids. Obviously, I can't get a boat because I drive an Acura Integra and I don't have a hitch on a car. I would love to have my own boat and spend the weekends, and hopefully my kids would want to come to the lake with me on the weekends, but I could imagine spending every weekend at the lake in my own boat. I never really had any of those dreams before I retired. Of course, I thought about moving. I've always wanted a boat. I love sporting events, but I haven't really dreamed about those things. And whether they happen or not, I still want to be able to dream about them. So in the description, again, I've linked a blank digital notebook that you use on your iPad or digital notepad of some kind. It does sync with your phone to read from your phone. I just can't write on it with my phone. But anyway, if you click on the link in the description for that. But what are your retirement dreams, and how did you develop your retirement dreams? Did you have them all before and you've already experienced them, or are you creating them now? I was sitting in substitute training in front of a gentleman who had retired 10 years ago and had lived out all of his retirement dreams in that 10 years, and now was looking for purpose and wanted to substitute teach. That kind of led me to thinking about creating this video. What if you live out all of your retirement dreams?